Hey everyone, my name is John Venus. I am extremely passionate about this topic and I want you guys to listen to the whole video before jumping to conclusions without, resorting to calling me names and, judging. This is one of the biggest issues of the world today. People judging, attacking each other without context, without listening to what the other person is saying. I had to take down a YouTube video that I uploaded exactly 1 hour ago here on YouTube because of extreme messages and hate messages from people who are actually racist and people who think that I'm a racist. So the both sides of the extreme. The title of the video was "Do Black Lives Matter?" ? And is racism real? ? Maybe people got upset that I'm questioning whether or not that's real. But again, if you watch the video, it is clear what my position is, and I'll get into my position in a second. But this is so toxic in today's world, and I understand people are frustrated. People have been locked down because of the virus. People, are losing their jobs. They're in horrible positions. They're emotional. We're all emotional right now. The world is going through a lot of things, but we have to remember to keep our emotions intact and try to reserve judgment until you feel like it's appropriate to put those judgments on other people, right? You have to listen. You can't just judge black people because you believe something without, actually looking into the history and the story and why everything is how it is. You can't hate on white people without understanding, the context behind their lives and why they are the way they are. And racism is not a natural state of being. It's a negative, hateful state of being that is taught through many different aspects and many, even, outside sources that we don't even understand today because it's been so long since this whole thing started. So I just want to talk about this right now and just put my thoughts out there authentically and get to the point. Racism is unnecessary, it's bad, it's a negative thing, it should not exist. All humans are created equal, we're all exactly the same. It doesn't matter, if you have a belief that is not the case, because, when you look at biology, when you look at psychology, when you look at, everything that makes a human, there is no difference. There is no difference. And if you think that a black person or a Asian person or a Latino person or whatever races, I don't even believe in categorizing humans in different races at all. I think it's unhelpful. But if you think that those people are different to you just because of their color, then you really have to do some deep digging and read history, read about the colonial aspect of things, how people from Europe, white people invading Africa and other parts of the world and taking their resources and enslaving people, how that has translated into racism and segregation, all these things that have happened and are still happening to this day. It's not something that we should ignore at all. Right now is a time to really focus on things, and my main mission and main kind of motivation to make this video is because I think that it's such an important topic that we cannot let it slip by. We cannot allow this moment to slip by at all, because this is about human compassion. It's not about Antifa this, Donald Trump this, Bill Gates this. This is about real human compassion and standing up for injustice and standing together and supporting our black brothers and sisters and doing what's right. And I want to make this video to let you guys know that this has happened many times in the past, but we seem to let it slip by. And I don't want it to happen to this, because racism is something that we in 2020 should be able to overcome with ease. If we just keep going with laser focus until this issue is resolved, we can make it happen. But if we let our minds get distracted and focus on the million different things that we could be focusing on, and kind of let the racism issue and the Black Lives Matter issue go to the side, or let other things become more important, then the progress will be lost. And this is why I want people to understand that the media, whether they're talking about the virus or they're talking about potential conflicts and wars, the media is what is motivating people to focus on different things. And I don't want people to forget about this just because the media is going to cover something else and something else is going to become seemingly more important. I think that this is something that we have to see through. Now is the time, now is the opportunity. We have to see this through and end inequality in the West. Now, when we're talking about Africa and other third world countries, we have even more work to do. And let's not forget that they are they're victims as well. Black people have been victims in the Western world and so unfairly treated for so long, and I'm so happy that this is happening. But let's also remember our black brothers and sisters and all other people of all races in third world countries where our system and our industry is corrupting and taking advantage of them and taking the resources away for, an unfair life in return for these people. A lot of these people are earning less than $1 a day for our convenience. And we seem to forget that. And it's not to take away from what's happening in the West. I think we should definitely focus on this here in the US, in Europe, right now, to resolve it right now so we can apply the same compassion and the same understanding of justice and equality to the rest of the third world and all other countries, and get rid of this system that seeks to take advantage and deplete resources that we don't even own ourselves. So I just want to, let you guys know that I'm 100% in support of black people, always have been. I've never had a single racist thought in my head. I've never been a person to stay silent when I see injustice. I'm not gonna, stop fighting for what I believe is right. And whether you choose to fight for it on social media and fight for it on, with street activism, it's up to you. But let's be thoughtful about this. Let's not allow people to be pushed further away by our tactics and voices. Let's not use hateful voices. Let's not use hateful words and violence to bring this to people's attention. I understand that we're all frustrated, especially the black people and people who are underserved in our society are frustrated, but we have to approach it in a way that is guaranteed change this time. We have to be smart about it, and we have to keep the conversation ongoing and not get distracted. And this brings me to, a question that you have to ask yourself. If you're a white person, if you're a person, or even a black person who is better off than other black people, really ask yourself, are you willing to sacrifice your own wealth? Are you willing to give more than you have to other people who are in more need than you are? How many people who are protesting, who are posting these black pictures, black screen pictures on Instagram, how many of these people are actually willing to sacrifice their own well-being, their own liberties, and their own income and money and wealth to help someone who is in a lot more need, who's been unjustly treated? I personally think that a lot of people are just doing it for Instagram likes, who are trying to come across as, social justice warriors. But when it comes down to it, they don't really, take the actions that are actually representative of, the message that they're putting out there. We have to understand that everything is interconnected. We are all involved in this. All the people who are watching this video, who are blessed enough to have technology and money to have a computer or iPhone to watch this video on and an internet connection, is much better off than the vast majority of the population right now. And we have so much work to do. And I hope that this movement can shine a light on the inequalities that is happening and actually fix it this time, so we can apply the same thing to the rest of the world and get rid of our materialistic mindset. And I don't blame anyone for this whole situation. I don't blame anyone for, I don't even blame people who are racist a lot of times because they were taught that. I do blame people for, educating themselves and still being stubborn enough to actually be a racist. I do judge those people because it's not right, it's wrong, and there had to be consequences. But it's not a wise decision to attack those people as monsters, because as we know by studying psychology, if you push people away, if you use hate against hate, it doesn't get any better. And I don't blame anyone who is, standing up for, all the black people and every race and equality, but not applying similar ethics to other aspects of life, whether it's where you're buying your clothes from, whether it's looking into how our iPhones are produced, where the raw materials are coming from, and how the world is just messed up because of the system that we have in place right now. I don't blame anyone, because that is the world we live in, and until we have a solution, an alternative solution to follow, then we can't expect everyone to change and become perfect human beings like that. Not that perfection even exists, but I do believe in self-development, and most of all, compassion over everything. Love should lead the way always, and I hope that we can all progress towards that state of being as soon as possible. And my heart goes to all the Black families and Black business owners and just communities that have endured so much during so long, and I hope that this can be the start of us all overcoming that long-lasting stage. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. And if you want to see my original video that goes a little bit more into why I became really interested in racism and all these things, feel free to check out my Instagram. And yeah, guys, stay positive and just lead with love. All right, guys, peace out.